And then the papers are what we're going to use next, so just keep them there.
How can teachers help a struggling student? That is the question many educators ask themselves on a daily basis.
Okay, it's just responding to students we might see like gaps that we want to catch them before they're further behind in class. So anytime I notice maybe a student was struggling after a certain lesson, I would want to put in some intervention, whether that's a tutorial time again with them. Sometimes it's just a quick follow-up and they understand after a homework or attending a morning session, but sometimes it's more intense than that.
Right, so with our RTI process, our main goal is basically to close that achievement gap, to help those students that are struggling in those classes, to really look and identify those students that need additional interventions, and even looking at our students that we need to probably code for 504 special ed to help them be successful, not only in our building but also in Frisco Independent School District. So we developed a team of just great innovators that will be also speaking, and we put together just a process, a system, to where we can identify our kiddos here at Reedy High School, and also give them the interventions that they need on our Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 levels for them to be successful.
So we created this flow chart that really kind of walks the teachers through every single step of the way. How to identify the students that are struggling over time. We made sure that we added that emphasis in there because sometimes just over a week or so, that might not be a struggle. That might just be they missed a class period or something. But we wanted to make sure that over time that student is struggling to enter them into this RTI process. Teachers can kind of identify then as well the will kids versus the skill kids, those kids that need maybe some extra supports based off of where they are in the curriculum, and then the admin can also put in those extra supports based off of those students that are struggling not because of skill, but because of their disciplinary actions, and we can have those responses as well. So this flow chart that you're going to see is going to kind of look complicated, but it really is just kind of wiggling through the process that we're going to be using throughout the RTI system.
But we have a few students who might need a little bit more. They may have good instruction in class, they may go to tutorials, but they may still need a little bit more. So it benefits the students in a way where we're able to narrow in on those students that need a little bit extra. Like we're able to reach those other kids that need a little bit extra, that way they don't fall through the cracks.
RTI may be the term we use when a student is currently going through the tutoring process, but what has to happen before success can be reached?
I think the relationship piece is huge because the student's not going to show up if that relationship is not there, they don't have that trust with you. So I think knowing and being honest with the student that it's going to pay off their extra time, that they can see, benefits in showing up is, I think, what even then encourage them to start coming on their own.
At the end of the first semester, we had 105 students who were enrolled into the RTI process through teacher referrals. Of those, 67% of the students were able to be returned in good academic standing. And since then, as we were starting in second semester, we've had a little over 50 students added to the program. And right now, the RTI team is going through and sorting those students to see which services would benefit them best, whether that's being in Tier 1 or continuing into a Tier 2.
Most students understand that there is a responsibility to improve their grades, but sometimes they don't know how to ask for help.
I saw my grade going down and my mom was talking to me about it, so I decided to come into Miss Benton for tutorials, and it was every Monday and Wednesday. I went in and she helped me out a lot.
I think RTI does that, allows kids to come in and sit down with us and say, hey, this is what I need help on, and really explain that to us, and then for us to say, hey, this is the things that we want to put in place to help you.
This RTI process is more than tutoring. It is an opportunity to get to know a student and teach them how to ask for help.
Also, I think it's starting to create that A, relationship, but also B, the responsibility factor of this isn't going away and we're doing this to help you out. And some of those kids' attitudes are changing.
We see that you need this help. Let us basically first stick out our hand and say we're here to help you. And 9 times out of 10, those kids are like, great. I'm glad someone said something to me.
It's also there to help the teachers. Right? Mm-hmm. They're like I want the teachers to understand that they're not alone in the education of those kids in the classroom. So we have a team that is willing to help. So if sometimes you tell the kid, hey, I want you to come in for tutorials. The kid might not necessarily do it the first time, but if the kid realizes that there are other people whose eyes are on the grades, and we talk to the kid, and the kid realizes, okay, this is serious. I mean, this is not just one teacher who wants me to do well. This is a whole group effort that everybody in the school wants me to do well. So it's a support for the teacher also.